What's up guys, UDMC here. Today we're back again. In this video, we're going to be playing some Wukong in the jungle. And the reason why I thought I'd upload this match is just because of one specific pick in this draft, and it's the Lee Sin mid pick. Because in ranked, a lot of times what people do is, if an off-meta pick or something weird gets picked, a lot of people will just int and say that they're trolling and it doesn't work and all that, but really, you can make most picks work as long as you play to the win condition. That's the thing that a lot of people struggle with, is just identifying like what the champ is good at and how will work in that position. So looking at this draft, mid lane, first of all, what is mid lane good at? Mid lane is very, very good because you have control of both sides of the map. You can easily roam to both the top side and the bot side. Plus, you can have access to the jungle really easily. You can easily go for invades, defend your own jungle if you need to. So that's really the strength of mid lane, is you can roam heavy, and that's makes it so you can impact the map so much. And then pair that up with the Lee Sin. What's Lee Sin's strengths? Lee Sin has very, very good early game. Their small skirmish potential is insane. But then their weaknesses, late game, team fighting, they can't do too much at that stage. So as a jungler, what am I going to want to do? Because we have a roam heavy mid laner that's very good at small skirmishes. I'm going to want to force these fights at the scuttle in the river area and the enemy jungle, where our mid laner can rotate up, and that's really the key to this match and making this pick work. Because if you just play super passive and you just farm up till you get to the late game, we're probably going to lose this, because like Galio, Pantheon into Lee Sin, they can completely CC him up. So over here now, I see this mid wave is shoved up really far, so I know this TF is going to be pretty overextended. So go for the gank. Sadly, the Lee Sin starts the engage super early, and the Twisted Fate backs off, so that kind of screwed up the gank. If he would have waited, I think we could have gotten that kill actually, with like 2 more autos. But sadly, we were not able to. So now I'm going straight for the scuttle, actually. I'm like, I can grab this over here. And a really key thing to watch here, and I actually didn't do too good a job of looking at this, but look at this lane right now. Look at how far back our top duo is pushed. If this fight breaks out here, then who's going to be the one to be able to rotate from up here first? It's definitely going to be their enemy duo, just because of the positioning and the way that the wave is. They really have no way of getting to the scuttle to help me out. So that's something that's to keep in mind as a jungler. Look at the priority of your lanes. But then from mid lane, I know our Lee Sin's still here, so I have that cover, but I don't have the top side, and that's really, really key, and that's something that I do mess up a bit here. So when I'm starting up this fight, this Lee Sin was actually pinging that he's coming this way. That's very, very good that he was pinging it, because that tells me he's at least aware and he's coming. So I'm actually running back to my Lee Sin, because I know Lee Sin's coming, and I know Lee Sin can at least clean this up if I die. So I'm kind of trying to get to my Lee Sin. My Lee Sin was able to pick up 1 kill, and now the Lee Sin's going at it with this Galio. And over here, our mid duo, or our top lane duo, they're trying to get this kill. They really, really should have gone back to this. This ended up being very, very close. If they would have rotated quicker, that would have been very nice, but at least Lee Sin was able to pick up the kill. But remember what I was telling you about, these small fights in the river area at the scuttles, you can do so much just because Lee Sin is so strong and roam heavy too. Notice how like Twisted Fate wasn't even able to get there in time, just because our mid laner had the priority. And now I'm going back for the scuttle, and again, I'm fine with forcing this fight because I know Lee Sin's coming. Like, Lee Sin's on his way. I'm fine with fighting this. So for now, I'm going right for the Jax. I don't even care about the scuttle at this point. I'm like, I can get this damage on the Jax. Oh, and a very, very cool thing is your second ability on Wukong, it's a small dash too. It gives you the invis and the clone, but it's also a small dash. And you can use that to dodge a lot of things if you need to. So for example, Jax stun. It's very, very good for dodging Jax stun. If you time it right and you're in the right position, you can easily dodge the stun and the damage from it. So now I'm going back over here. I go right onto this Jax. Again, I don't even care about the scuttle. And look at this Lee Sin now. Remember I was telling you about these small skirmishes. He's super strong at them. So you're able to force the Jax back completely. I get the scuttle. And now I'm going to the bot side scuttle, because I know that that's still up. I don't know if Jax wants to contest. He's super low. He might have recalled here. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm on this right now. So I'm able to secure this. And now I'm looking at this bot side of the map. This Akali is super low. And a really key thing, a very key thing to keep in mind is, for junglers, you often out-level other people by a good amount, you can often get your XP, you can get levels faster. So what that means is you can get your ult faster. So looking at this game right now, I have my ults like before the Vayne, before the Janna, before the Jax, because I got both Scuttles, before the Galio. The Pantheon did get levels because he got a kill and stuff, but that's something to keep in mind as a jungler. If you can get that level advantage, especially if at these small Scuttle fights, getting that extra Scuttle, it gives you a level advantage over the enemy jungler, so you can really abuse that if you want to. If you can find a good gank, have your ults while the enemy jungler like doesn't. Of course, in this case, the enemy jungler wasn't around, but it's just something to keep in mind as a jungler. The Pantheon just deletes the Akali, and I'm able to cancel the Pantheon ult, which is good, and I'm able to pick up this kill. And over here, I'm doing something really important as a jungler. I am not hard shoving this wave, and that is key because looking at this matchup, let's look at the gold lead. I remember the gold lead was insane at this point. Akali has 2,200 gold compared to Pantheon's 3,300. That's over 1,000 gold difference at 3 minutes. That's really, really bad, honestly, but pushing this wave in would completely screw my Akali over because this Pantheon will beat this Akali pretty much no matter what at this stage, just because of how far ahead they are and how strong Pantheon is early. So if I shove this wave and it gets to over here and the Pantheon freezes it, this Akali is screwed because they can't even step up or else Pantheon will just jump on him and stun him. So keeping this wave at this spot is crucial because that way they have this protection of the turret. So that's a really key thing to keep in mind as a jungler. Don't screw up your teammates' waves. If you just keep in mind for your teammates and don't screw over their waves. So over here now, I'm farming up. I know that this dragon is spawning. I want red buff before dragon. Red buff is so strong on Wukong, like, on any jungler, to be honest. Having the red buff before big fights is huge. So I think I'm just going to take the red buff, get a reset in. Because with the build I just go Black Cleaver and then tank. So you can actually get the Black Cleaver before the first dragon if you get like a kill or an assist and you farm well. Just because of how cheap it is. So now I'm getting the reset in. Pick up the Black Cleaver, have the red buff. And now this is the weird place. So over here now, ideally, I don't want to force anything before I have my ults because your ult is huge at this first dragon fight. And the reason for that is, look at like how enclosed, how tight of a space this is. You can hit everybody with your ult pretty much if you use it right. So I was actually typing in chat like maybe we should chill until I get my ults because once I do get my ult, that's huge. So I see the TF ult. I know they're going to this top side actually. And they're really going for this kill. That was very bad on their part. Now they're super overextended. And remember I was telling you, the roam potential from our mid and me, it's huge. So now we're both heading up to this top side. I don't have my ults, but I know that they're super overextended and they wasted a bunch of stuff. I go right onto their backline. I get out of the Galio ult, pick up the Twisted Fate. Trying to get the Kaisa. Barely able to get him. And now I'm backing up. So that was very good there. This Pantheon actually ults in. We're all super low. We're like, oh gosh. What are we going to do here? I have my ult off cooldown. I actually go back and pick the honey fruit up. And now I'm like, okay, I can come back to this. And now I have my ult. So I'm comfortable with taking something if I need to. But I see most of my team is resetting. I'm keeping an eye on this area. I really don't need a reset yet because I did get my Black Cleaver ready. Plus, I have my ult off cooldown and I'm pretty healthy. So I actually see this Jax is heading towards the bot side. And if you're a jungler at this stage of the game, you don't want to be seen recalling or heading to that bot side. If you do want to gank this bot lane, that's completely alright, but don't let the enemy know you're going to do it. Like, go through your jungle where we have no vision or anything, because now I know this Jax is going to this bot side. Or if I saw the Jax recalling, then I know he's recalling. And doing that as a jungler is really bad because that makes it so the enemy team can just rush the dragon and get the smite off before you even get back. So if you're now, I actually see that Jax is going to the bot side. So I'm pinging it and I'm like, we can start this up. Even if Jax comes back, I have my ult off cooldown. And we're going to have a good positioning advantage because we're going to have 4 of us here. So every now I'm pinging my team. I know that Jax is coming back. I'm like, we could get this down. And looking at the enemy, what's going on here? We have all 4 of us in the same area. We're kind of grouped together. Or actually, this Vayne is a bit split, but he's coming from the bot side. But looking at this is very bad for the enemy because, first of all, we have complete control of the river. This is a key thing that a lot of people don't realize, and you'll see in a second how having control of this river is huge. So, looking at this Kaisa is completely split from these two. And that's very bad because we have control of this entire river area, and we can easily pick which side we want to engage on. and what we want to do. Instead, Kai'Sa needed to walk behind this pit entirely to meet up with their team. If you're the enemy, you want to try and take control of our position at one side of this river and try and gain some control of it. So they should have grouped around this area and trying to gone for a full-on team fight. But right now, they're split. So what do I see over here? What do I do? I know that this Kai'Sa is super low. I have my ult. We get a very good knock-up, and I just ult him right away. And that's a free kill. This Jax is back. Let's see, do I get smite? I do get the smite. And now we're able to pick up those kills. And look at what I was talking about. That positioning advantage, it's just huge. It gives you so much. I know Pantheon doesn't have ults because he used it earlier. He is able to pick up the kill on the Akali, which is fine, but pushing in this mid wave. We got so many kills there, which is huge. And now I'm actually going for this first turret. Getting mid first turret is huge. Getting first turret in general is huge. Because it's 1,000 gold for your entire team. So what's our gold right now? 23,000. And then 24,000 now. It's 1,000 gold for your entire team, and that's really huge. So now we're roaming to this bot side. I'm pretty sure this Pantheon is going to get away, so I don't even bother going down there. I want to get a reset because actually I had so much gold. What do I buy? I bought an entire gargoyle. That's like almost, I had almost like 2,500 gold. So again, remember what I was talking about? The Lee Sin's strengths and weaknesses. He can get to the enemy jungle, he can roam to both sides of the map, and that is huge. And now I got him so fed at this point. He's can do so much. So I'm like, we should go for this Herald. He wants to reset. Maybe he's picking up an item or something. I'm not sure why he resetted, but he did. It's fine though, because we killed the enemy jungle, so. I had double smite, so you can actually double smite objectives if you know there's enough time. But if you do double smite, make sure you get your second smite back before you actually need to smite it. So I'm able to pick this up. Clearing out the wards. And now I'm going back to my red buff. So, sorry for not uploading the past week, actually. I've been super busy. I was out of town, and dude, the most unfortunate thing happened. I had replay saved that I wanted to do, but I forgot about the update, and with the update, you actually can't watch replays after the update. All of them are wiped. So, I lost 3 matches that I wanted to get up, and I was out of town for an entire week, so that was very unfortunate. But over here now, I see that, I think I saw that the Jax was on top side. Or did I? I don't know. But I wanted to go for this play over here. I know that this Pantheon is going to play super aggressive. So I just go right down here. And an Akali ult with the Wukong ult is pretty much a guaranteed single target kill just because you have so much damage in CC. But we're able to pick that up. We get the turret. And now, what do I see? Yep, I saw the Jax was on the top side, I think. So that was why I did that. Cross map plays are huge. Because at that place, what I could do is I can either run to the top side and try and help our team, which by the time I get there, they're probably going to be gone and it's going to be a waste of time. So instead, I went to that bot set and I made a play. And a very cool thing is you can actually see whether your teammates have ults or not. If you look in the side, you can see the green circle. That, of course, shows if they have their ult or not off cooldown. And you can actually see that on the scoreboard, too, if you didn't know. So I checked. I saw the Akali had ult, and I was like, we could dive this. So now I see there's 3 top side, 1 in the mid. So I'm like, we can keep on pushing. I have this Herald, so I summon the Herald. This TF is going towards the top side, I see. So I'm like, let's keep on pushing this. Let's get the tier 2 turret. Because again, I can recall, go to the top side, or I could just keep on making cross-map plays. And that's huge as a jungler, since maximizing your time does so much. But as I was saying, oh, we're going for this tier 3, actually. I still see they're all up there. I don't think they were expecting us to go for this. They reacted pretty late. So we're pushing this tier 3. This Galio comes. I honestly just go for this turret. I think it's weird dying for an inhib turret this early. And something I want to talk about actually is inhib turrets. Getting the inhib turrets, of course it empowers your minions, but what lane that you get the inhib turret is actually huge because it depends on the stage of the game. I'm going to pause this and talk about this for a second. Because right now, getting this inhib turret on the bot side is huge just because there's still these first dragon fights. Like, we haven't even gotten to the second dragon yet. And having this bot lane hard pushing is going to be huge because as somebody is always having to be in this bot side clearing this wave, then we can get a 5v4 at this dragon, which will do so much. And same in the late game. If all the dragons are gone, something like that, and Baron is the main objective, then getting the top inhib turret is huge because then this wave will always be pushed in and the enemy is always going to have to clear this. so we can force the 5v4 a Baron. And that's just something to keep in mind. So I'm able to get this kill. And yeah, we got the inhib turret, and now what are we doing? Oh, I see this Vayne is here, and I'm pinging him. I'm spam pinging him. Come back to me, so I can try and help him out. Over here, the Kai'Sa went into a bush, which screwed up my targeting. It changed my auto lock from the Kai'Sa to the Scuttle, so I landed my third ability on the Scuttle. But sadly, they went down anyways. We were able to pick up this kill, though. Somebody TP's on me. I don't know who it was, but I'm out of there. But as I was saying, yup, I was out of town for the entire week, which is very unfortunate. I had to deal with some job stuff, fill out some college forms. I get my college roommate dorming today, actually, which is kind of exciting. I was helping my mom apply for a job. Had to deal with my own job stuff, so life's been hitting, but we've been on the grind. Oh, and as to why, it's just more Wukong gameplay. It's because Wukong has been working out so well for me, and I'm actually in my Masters promos right now, so that's huge. I'll show you all after this match, the match history and stuff if you all want to see it, but it's been working out so well for me, so that's why it's another Wukong match. But yep, over here now, what am I doing? I'm just forcing this up. I see, there's two bot sides, so I'm like, let's just go for this. Oh, actually though, even though there's two bot side, something to keep in mind is Twisted Fate ult. Twisted Fate global ults are huge, and actually going up against a Pantheon, that's a huge like bonus to Pantheon. And one of the strongest things about him is if you're playing him in the Baron lane or in the jungle, if you just keep on ganking this lane when that first dragon spawns, you could do that and then just ult over to the dragon if you need to. Because a lot of times if a jungler is ganking this lane repeatedly, or they're just sitting in this lane while that first dragon is up, the first dragon will just get started and then you'll lose it. But with Pantheon, you can do that and just ult over to the dragon, and it's huge. And in this case, of course, they have Twisted Fate ult. So over here now, I just go for this. I'm like, I don't feel like taking a smite battle in case, so I just get the kill. And this is what I was talking about. He ults in kind of late. He knows he's dead. We're going to kill him, and then he goes. He just gives up there. I think he was going for the steal or something. I don't know, but we're able to pick that up. And now we're actually snowballed. So, thinking about team comps in this match, actually, Vayne here. Vayne is a bit... I don't think it fits in very well, just because Vayne, of course, is a late game team comp, and it doesn't fit into our whole vibes of forcing these small fights, going for small skirmishes, because of course that's not what Vayne is good at. But it does provide the security that if this does go to the late game, then oh dang, I did get stunned. But see what I was talking about? Oh, actually the Vayne isn't even targeting the they didn't even target the Jax, man. We could have killed the Jax there. I think this Pantheon just gave up here, but that was a very good dive, actually. I baited out this dodge or the stun thingy, and then I went for the full-on dive, but the Vayne just was like, whatever. So I don't know, but it's fine. Yeah, but as I was saying, Vayne, of course, they don't really have that strong, small skirmish potential over here. I'm just getting greedy with my recalls. I don't know what I'm doing. Blue buff is healing me up, so that's fine, but... yeah, but of course, I think something like Draven, something that would have fit in with our entire Vibes veteran. We would have snowballed so hard with, like, another strong early game champ in that lane. So over here now, this Lee is going, he's just going in. We're able to pick that up. But oh, even though I haven't uploaded the past week, I noticed the sub growth has been insane. Like, I haven't had such crazy sub growth in like over like a year and a half probably, since like peak Vainglory days. And that's crazy too, because over here now we just go for this. I'm actually pinging wait for my ult cooldown. Pinging your ult cooldowns are huge because sometimes your teammates don't know. So I'm pinging like, let's wait for my ult. But we get a bit, just going a bit early. If I had my ult up, I think we could have killed him, but it just came off cooldown, which is unfortunate. But the sub growth the past few days has been insane, like, and it's crazy too, because I know people are still unsubbing since, of course, I switched games, so that's just part of the process, but the support lately has been very, very good, and it's been insane, but at this point, we're just snowballing the game, really. Doing very well. Let's see, I'm going over this Kai'Sa. I know the Kai'Sa burned Flash earlier. I'd forced it out. And now I just landed a huge 3-man ult. We're just chaining CCs at this point, and they can barely get out. Yeah, it's just... we snowballed so hard in the early game. The gold lead's just gigantic. 12,000 gold at this stage. Like, it's very hard to do anything. They're going in super deep over here, actually. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, over here, actually. I see this Twisted Fate is picking a card. So, I know I'm super low too, and I know they're going to want to pop my Guardian Angel, so... boom, watch this, watch this. right as they get in range, clone it. Just clone it, and they wasted it. I'm able to get the flash. I know they don't have gold card or anything, and I just get the kill there. Oh, and using your second ability, it's really, really crucial in my opinion. You could do so much with it. You can do stuff like dashing out of a Galley ult if you need to, dashing out of the Jack stun, baiting the Twisted Fate stun, or trying to use the clone so the Pantheon stuns the clone instead of you. You could just do so much with it. I'm so far ahead. I have almost twice the amount of gold as the enemy jungler. That's crazy. That's actually such a jungle gap. And yeah, this entire lead, it stemmed from me and our mid laner being able to control the entire map. Of course, our bot side lost. Our top side was kind of it was kind of even. They didn't do too much, but it was really this mid and me that completely destroyed. So I was picking the Baron. I was like, let's just go Baron and end, but they're getting kill happy, so they're just going in for it. Ooh, that's actually something to keep in mind. If you're going up against a Wukong, keep in mind, if he uses his third ability and you flash in the middle of it, it's going to carry the Wukong with you, so just consider that, because that completely screwed the Twisted Fate over. I don't know what they're up to, but they just want more kills. Now at this point, if you're the enemy, yeah, you just forfeit at this point, honestly. There really isn't much you could do at this point. We're just so far ahead. And notice how in this entire match, we didn't really have to force many 5v5 teamfights, because if we were even and there's a 5v5 teamfight, there's a good chance that we lose just because of, like, Galio, Pantheon. They're pretty strong champs. They can do so much. Lee Sin can't do as much, but we're just pushing this in, trying to get the end in. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have not. Oh wait, actually I was gonna show you all my match stuff after this, so I'll show you all that. Let's take a look. We got the victory. Come on. Alright, yeah, we got the MVP, of course. We had so much kill participation too, 21 kill participation. That's huge, plus so much damage. Yeah, of course we got the MVP in that one. But let's go back to our thing. So, first of all, we're in the we're in the Masters promos. This is to get to Masters, so that's exciting. If you don't hear from me in the next few days, just know I'm in a state of sadness because I did not win. But sorry, I got interrupted there. But as I was saying, yeah, I've been doing pretty good with the rotations that I've been doing. I've mostly been going between like Wukong, Vi, Jarvan, and then with some Alistar. I've been trying out Rammus lately, and I'm looking to pick up Gragas soon. But it's been working out very well lately, as you can see. Been winning most of our matches, so hopefully we'll keep on climbing, get into Masters and stuff. But actually, something very fun is these Alistar matches. This is not Alistar support, this is Alistar Baron lane. So I actually hope to get a video out on that soon because it's very exciting actually. People really underestimate it. And actually, I got on the 10% battery, okay. I got on the leaderboards for Wukong. I'm around 150 now. I used to be top 200 for Vi, but then I fell out. I'm like at the very I'm at like 250, somewhere along those lines. And then I can get to top 200 Alistar if I want to keep on playing somewhere Alistar top. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have not, and I'll see y'all in the next video.